Virtual Racing School was developed to provide support to the next generation of sim racers. No matter if you're a rookie or veteran or what car or track you'll be racing, our goal is to provide training every step of the way. We found that iRacing can be quite difficult without proper training. There needed to be a way to prepare for on-track racing. With VRS, you can literally learn from the best sim racers in the world, including four-time NASCAR iRacing World Champion Ray Alfalla.
And Ray Alfalla is a four-time champion of the NASCAR Peak Antifreeze iRacing Series.
Three-time iRacing Grand Prix World Champion Martin Kroenke.
Martin Kroenke becomes a three-time world champion.
Rallycross World Champion Mitchell de Jong.
Mitchell de Jong is now champion for the iRacing Rallycross World Championship Series.
And many other top sim racers. Data packs include everything you need to start learning. Our World Championship coaches create the data packs by setting a hot lap or a series of fast laps for you to compare, analyze, and replicate. Data packs also include a tutorial where the coach points out techniques they use to hit the fast lap. This gives you access to the latest driving techniques and setups before you even hit the track. Sign up for a free account and download the VRS telemetry logger. With this application running seamlessly in the background, your laps automatically start syncing to the VRS website. From there, you can analyze and compare two laps of your choice, whether it's your data, the coaches, or your teammates. VRS will automatically target improvement opportunities so you can get up to speed even faster. VRS also makes it easy for you to request and schedule one-on-one or group coaching sessions. These sessions can range from 30 to 90 minutes, and you can select the car, track, and setup combination of your choice. Visit virtualracingschool.com today to sign up and get started.
Five, four, three, two, hot.
Hello and welcome to Apex Racing TV and coverage of the Strength of Field split in the Radical Racing Challenge. My name is Sam Fitzpatrick, alongside me is Dennis Branch, who is also operating cameras. We are here in the south of the United States. It is Road Atlanta for our round tonight of the championship. Dennis, one of the favourite circuits in North America for us tonight, and that in every car is a lot of fun, but particularly these Radical SR8 machines can really show the fantastic handling through that SS section, and then plenty of overtaking at the end of the back straight.
Yeah, this should definitely be a cracker of a race. Road Atlanta always provides good racing, and the Radicals, you're right, they can definitely take a lot of these corners much faster than a lot of cars. So yeah, it should be awesome.
Definitely, it should be about 25 minutes or so. The race, we're also just going into an 8-minute long qualifying session. In this qualifying session, the drivers get 2 laps, as per normal in all the official series. Yeah, of course, an important qualifying for these drivers to try to get up on the grid. Currently in the championship, Greg Seitz and Josh Cam, the leaders in this championship. We have our own private championship in these broadcasted races, and it is currently Seitz who managed to win last time out at Phillip Island, who is at the top of the standings, but only 7 points clear of Josh Cam. That's 160 points to 153 points. So Seitz was able to take the lead of that championship last time out, but still all to play for this round round 9 of the championship. Only 3 more rounds to go after this one, as we see Danny Lee trying to generate some heat in those tyres, preparing for this lap. And this is a particularly short lap round this circuit, of course, Dennis. So it's going to be really tricky for the drivers to get temperature in the tyres for this first lap. I mean, we see it every week. The first lap is a throwaway in this car because the tyres take so long to warm up, and they're barely going to be warmed up by the time you start your second lineup.
Yeah, it is such a short lap, and they tire temperature. I still believe the radicals are on the old tire model, so definitely you got to get them up to temperature, otherwise they just don't work. Downforce cars are like that anyway, and so yeah, let's see who can get it right.
Yeah, it's still on the old damage model. Sorry, well, it is the old damage model, and of course the new tire model, as you say. So hopefully we get an update, maybe even a new radical. That would be absolutely spectacular if we got that. So iRacing are listening, please do that. The Mercedes F1 cars are nice, but we want like an SR10 or something. I'm sure the radical community, which is very large in iRacing, would enjoy that one. Really shown by the over 100 drivers signed up for tonight's Strength of Field race. Really good stuff. And of course, we're very happy to bring this broadcasted race to you as the drivers are completing, I believe, their first lap times here, and we'll see some times pop up. So it's Medema currently at the top. Castles now goes to the top. Vieira, we're expecting some quicker times than this, however, probably into the low 15s, maybe even the 14s, frankly, on the second lap times, and still plenty more just across the line. Expects Sights to be the last man across the line. He always leaves it very late, as Streetley now pops to the top. And at the moment, looking very quick, but we're still waiting for those championship contenders to post in their lap times.
Yeah, in fact, Greg hasn't even gone out yet. He's still in the pits, so he's definitely leaving it. Josh is out on track, and I think he's on his out lap, so interesting that Greg is going to leave it till last.
He likes the drama, perhaps, and maybe like a pantomime villain. Or pantomime hero, perhaps, depending if you're one of his supporters or not, depending if you're Josh Cam or not. I imagine those two going head-to-head in the title this season. And yeah, Cam also leaving it very late. It is such a short lap, as I was saying previously. And so Sight still does have time, but I'm not even sure if he's in the session at the moment. On my timing screen, he is blanked out, so I will keep an eye on that one. Ennio Barber as well, very successful driver in these cars, won many Strength of Field races. He's also in the server, great to see him around. So Vieira on the second times round, up top. They have got into the low 15s. Lee in second place. Streetley moves up into third place, so he was fastest, or one of the fastest at least, after the first times. He's just short though on this second time. Streitzenberg across the line to go into fourth, and there's not many drivers still to cross the line. Andres Friedrich will cross the line. We've also got Manny, Malloy, Minoni, Barber, and Cam. Some big names to set lap times. Friedrich only goes to 15th, so this is a big opportunity for Josh Cam to take the lead of the championship, with the site seemingly having technical issues, I can only imagine, because he's still not out on circuit. Cam could retake the championship lead tonight.
Yeah, for sure. It's a weird one for Greg. I wonder what's going on with him. But Josh is on a flyer right now, and he's heading down the back straight, which is a really long back straight. And in these cars, the draft is so strong. It's going to make it difficult for the top guys to pull away.
Yeah, it's not as strong as it used to be maybe a year or so ago, but you're absolutely right, it is still very strong, especially around a circuit like this with the long straights. As Cam, only 10.
Wow,
Gosh.
only 10. Yeah.
Well, he's still got a second lap to go.
Yeah, that's true.
So
it's his first lap. Yeah.
Yeah, so those tyres are still warming up, but I mean, that just shows you, doesn't it? It's a great demonstration, so thanks to Josh for going out so late. I'm sure that's what he was thinking, to give you viewers a good demonstration of just how slow these cars are on the first lap, but he needs to improve by about half a second in order to move to the top of the timings. Only him and Barber haven't completed their lap times. I wonder if we could see Enio Barber driver, and yeah, won many races, can really take on anyone in this car. Could this be pole position for Barber? It is pole
Wow.
position by 0.2 of a second.
Look
That
at
is
that,
a
yeah.
mighty lap time. And wow, Cam will do very well to beat that one as he comes to the final chicanes. Just that's out from here and then trying to get the shortest distance possible to the line. He'd like at least a front row start. Josh Cam, second place in the championship, and he goes second, so wedges himself in the middle. But Aaron Barber, on his return to the series, takes pole position.
Yeah, he wasn't there last week. I did this race last week, and I don't recognize his name, but as you say, definitely a fast guy.
Yeah, and that was a good qualifying session. It's usually a good qualifying session, but when you've got a short track like this, it can be over and done with quite quick. But not today. Everyone was, yeah, we saw a couple of guys late out. And interestingly, Greg Seitz, car number 1, championship leader, not setting a time. I'm not sure, like I said earlier on, if he's actually in the session or not, which would be particularly... Aha, okay, so I think I'm figuring this out. Okay, so I'm seeing a message from Sean Malloy saying Greg clicked withdraw rather than join. So Greg will not be racing in this race. Very good joke from Robert Woodward. He says, all rise in commemoration of Greg's iRacing. He is the car number 1. And this is a charity to the other drivers because, man, that is unlucky. And we've been denied a good race because we would love to see Greg out there on track.
That is that's so unlucky.
Yeah, absolutely. Barber then takes advantage on pole position. Cam looking to take the championship lead back then for Pure Motorsports. He lines up on the front row of the grid. Then it's Lucas Vieira, Lyndon Lee, a driver who I'm not familiar with actually, up there in 4th place. Hopefully he doesn't race with Danny Lee because that's going to be very confusing for us. George Streetley up there in 5th place. Then it's Christian Streetenberger, Arturas Kundelis, Ant Castles, Danny Lee, Nigel Redwood in 10th, Filippo Menoni, Anne Medema. 12th, then it is Horg Manny, Brandon Roseborough, Robert Woodward, Aldis Poutsaklis, Cadence Kyrikopoulos, Mark Chorley, Andreas Friedrich, Gergely Barros, Quintin Van Jura, Chris Cash, Sean Malloy, and Greg Seitz will not be taking part because he clicked the withdraw button, not the join button. He's very quick at driving a simulated race car. Is not very good at clicking buttons, seemingly. So, yeah, do you think Cam will be taking this one a bit easy, you think, considering that Greg's out of contention?
It's possible, but you never know. Last week, Josh got just ever so slightly tagged in the back going into the to the hairpin in Phillip Island, and gave him just enough aero damage that he went nowhere but backwards from there, so anything is possible.
And it's the top 2, as they were in qualifying. Now, the last 2 to set times in qualifying, the last 2 to get onto the grid. And, wow, Barber's leaving us right to the moment. Needs to get on the grid. I think he's missed it. Wow. Here we go then. No one wants to win this race. It's Cam then. From pole position, Vieira alongside the 5 lights are on. And we are away racing here at Road Atlanta. It's a poor start for P4 on the grid. I think that was Lyndon Lee, who did not get away well whatsoever. But Cam did get away well, and he leads heading into turn 1. And Lee continues to drop down, now down into 5th position, just ahead of Danny Lee in 7th. As they head through the S's for the first time, Kundelis going alongside, trying to gain a position as well. We've got some contact in the background, lots of damage, I'm sure, for many of these drivers. We've got some big hits That was Chris Cash for Pure Motorsports dropping down. Also Putaklis and Malloy, who started from last, I think managed to get through all that. As Streetley moves up into second place, that's a couple of places gained for him. Excellent work, he's up into second position and can help out his teammate Josh Cam out in the lead now. Some racy moves going on to the back straight, a little bit of contact there. I think that was with the car number 7 of Medema. That was Redwood going for an ambitious move, and now we've got 2 wide, 2 back, and also a very quick car just behind, I think, of Brandon Roseborough trying to take advantage. Still alongside for second place, Vio trying to retake that second position. Streetley stays ahead, he's almost cut the course there, which would be a dreadful slowdown on that one, but I believe he got away with it. As we got 3 wide going over the crest, they all managed to get through it just about, and after all of that, it is Roseborough who is at the head of this. Redwood's been able to pull away, and Medema drops down to 12.
Yeah, and just like you mentioned, Josh has pulled away. He's got over a second lead so far on second place, so you'd be right. He might just take it easy on this one and just collect the points.
Well, you know that Streetley won't attack him, being his teammate, so this is really a dream start for him right now. As we've got a little bit of wide, that is Streitenberger, who got past Lee, has made a mistake, and he's dropped down to 5th position. So important mistake there from the Iberian driver. And also Kundal is going for a very aggressive move, and Castles did well to leave him a bit of space there. Two very much regulars in this race, and they got Danny Lee, a very accomplished Apex Racing League driver, sitting behind. And this is all going to come to a boil at the chicane. Such a great overtaking opportunity. You can go inside, you can go outside, you can get the cut back as well on the exit, as we've almost got contact with a very late braking there for Castles. He's able to keep Lee and Kundler's behind, but there goes Lee. He is able to get past the European driver. Has to go a bit defensive into turn 1, but that is bad news there for Artura. So I think they may have been going 3 wide heading into turn 1, all stayed in the same order at least. No, there has been contact now, and it did look a bit dangerous when they were trying it. I think that was actually Kundales losing time and dropping into the pack just behind, and Kundales with heavy damage. Oh, we've got contact there, and that is more contact for Medema this time. He's down to 11.
Yeah, that's a bad. It's a really, really tough place to try to go side by side. Oh, we got somebody else around.
Yeah, Manny is hit the wall now.
Oh, the turn 5. That's oof. That's definitely the spot. Let's take a look real quick at the lap 1 crash here.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see. I mean, this is so often a bottleneck around this part of the track. Also a bit blindside. It's easy to go into the rear of the car ahead. And they're all cautious there. I don't think anyone's being reckless as such, but it's just fake.
Yeah, and Dennis had such a good race last week. It's really unlucky for him.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I saw a little bit of that race, and Dennis always here. I think he's probably done more strength of field racing than anyone else. I think is Dennis Kiriakopoulos. We love to have him on stream, and yeah, usually running up just outside the top 10. But last time a very good run. But yeah, not going to happen again tonight, as Noni is having connection problems. You can just see that orange car glitching in and out. Don't know if we could see maybe a replay of the Kundales incident. See how he kind of spun round at turn 1 on the last lap, and then
yes, we can. Let's bring that up.
Might be able to latch on as well to Medema to see what happened afterwards. But here was Kundales. I mean, they were almost 3 wide, and then yeah, just slows up, and
just
then
gets
I think that
tagged.
is Medema, isn't it?
Just ever so slightly.
Streitenberger, he is trying to get back past Lee. And he has got past. So the car number 19 gets him past the car number 18. And now we've got our worst nightmares, because it's Lyndon Lee versus Danny Lee. And this is this is literally the worst thing that can ever happen to a commentator. But they are alongside Lee, moving ahead of Lee. And it is the Danny variety who gets ahead of the Lydon variety. The British driver passed the American. He's up into bit.
Yeah, and if you see just to the back of Lyndon's car, he's got just a tiny little bit of damage. I don't know. I haven't driven this car very much. I don't know how much that's going to affect him, but...
Yeah, on the rear of the car shouldn't be too bad. I mean, that contact, you just touch the rear end of the car and it will deform and it looks quite ugly. It's not too bad. It will be costing you a bit of time. But, yeah, not game over as such. But if you get a bit of contact on the wheels in this car, super brittle, super easy to cave in. And, yeah, can be curtains right there and then no fast repairs, of course, for these drivers. As Manoni is having a frantic race. And we've almost got through. Why, that was trying to get through there was Barros, I think it was. And Manoni's going deep. Is there going to be contact between the two drivers that they just about got stopped? Barber has had a problem. He's down into another place. And now there's pretty much a roadblock on the crest, which is particularly dangerous considering the blind nature of that section of the track. Redwood also having a spin, and it's really messed up a lot of drivers. You can see Manny there having to get back to the pits. And I want to see a replay of that one.
Yeah, let's see what this
Something
looks
happening
like.
with Barber, I think. These guys just had no opportunity of missing this one, almost blindsided, and they just come across a car.
Oh, see, so who was there in the middle of the road there that was...
So I think it was Barber and... Yeah, Barber was certainly one of them. I think Medema was the first to come across it. But yeah, I saw Barber already off the track just before. And yeah, really, really bad news for those drivers. See, stop two Lees, very close to one another. Staying in the same order. Still Cam leading the way, by the way. And I will give this take this opportunity to give a quick shout out to Apex Racing Academy. Apex Racing Academy offering 29 data packs. And those data packs for various different cars on iRacing on the rallycross side of things and also the road side of things. And yeah, in those data packs, you've got setups, you've got track tutorials, you've also got group coaching sessions as well with some of the best drivers in all of iRacing who you can get tips from. So do check out apexracingac.com for more details on that. Still these, yeah, those two drivers staying close and then got this quite long pack. Has Lee had a problem? I think Danny Lee has had a problem. He's gone off the circuit just as we cut away. And has he been given some help, or has he just overdriven this?
Oh.
No, it was very slow for Streitenberger just ahead, and Lee had nowhere to go.
I'm looking for Lee. Attrition is really playing a part here, isn't it?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, we got a quarter of the field out. Not even halfway through the race yet. And many
Road
others
Atlanta
have got damage.
definitely, you know, definitely produces some attrition sometimes, but this is pretty heavy.
Yes, I may have some high-speed sections of the track where the walls are very nearby, and I've also seen a couple of occasions where the track's been effectively blocked as Malloy, who started last in this race, he's trying to get past Van Jura. And Malloy hasn't done too much in this race, but he's getting a lot of place. He's lost a place there. That was to Barros, who somehow got through that skirmish. I thought he was involved in the wreck, the crest, a couple of laps ago. But he managed to get through it all. So congrats to Gurgley on that one. Not sure if you get a replay potentially of that incident. I don't know if there's maybe an incident highlighted by our timing.
Which one are you referring to again?
The one at the penultimate corner. Wonder if you could see the origins of that involving
At the very top,
NEA
where it was blocked up. Yes, over the under the bridge. Let me see what I can find.
Yeah,
I think it was Medema who was the car that was there in the middle of the track. Let's take a look.
I think you're right, yeah. Unfortunately, I can't see this one.
You're not. It's not showing up on yours. Oh
Not
no, it
showing
wasn't
up on
Madama.
my
There
end.
was somebody else who had spun right in front of him, and I
I think it
might
was
have been.
Barber.
It
I think.
it might have. Well, I think it might have been a Redwood. Hydro
Ah.
Redwood. No, no, no,
Yeah,
no.
he managed to get through. It's still involved in an instant though, Redwoods, on another occasion.
You might be right
I think.
about Baba. Let's take a look, because it was definitely a yellow car. Let's see if we can get this one. Oh, yes, it was Baba.
Ah.
He got tagged around. Oh, he tagged somebody.
I think
Wow.
he may have tagged Redwoods. I think he may have been right. Where he tagged Redwoods, and then he was the car in the middle of the track, as you spotted in the first place.
Unlucky,
yeah.
though. You're right about that, though. Is completely blind, and if there's anything going on, you've got your reaction time is almost nothing to see if you can get around it.
As we got alongside here with Friedrich getting past Woodward, and that is for 10th position. Friedrich now up 9 places from his race start, and yeah, managing to get past. Good job from the car number 10, who is exactly in his seeded position now. There's also been a couple of changes for second place between Streetley and Vieira. Apologies that we haven't shown that if we've missed it through any replays, but I think there's maybe been 1 or 2 changes, but really neither of them pulling away. If Vieira gets ahead, Streetley's able to respond, and then Streetley's not able to pull away. You can see that gap currently at 0.4 of a second. You can push so hard through the S's, then you get it up to half a second, and then you go down that back straight, and you lose all of that advantage.
Yeah, it's that's Road Atlanta.
Just hope we get a final lap battle. Is usually, is in my experience at least, the best run to the line in all of iRacing. That long flat out section.
3 wide
These
down
guys
into
probably going
10A.
to demonstrate it quite well, because we've got Malloy, who's able to get back past Barros, but they all make contact, and in a race where we're running out of drivers, that's not what we want to see. Barros stays in the race. That thing is made out of cast iron, I can only imagine. And I hope Malloy as well is able to at least take the checkered flag.
Let's see if we can get a replay on that one.
Looked like Malloy had this one all sorted, inside line, a little bit ahead, but then he just gets that tap behind. Super unlucky for Vandura, who was the 3rd car in that chain. He had it was right on the tail of the 2 ahead who crashed together.
Malloy is in the
now
wall.
wedged in a wall.
No, that's per the end of Malloy's race, unfortunately. He would have had some pretty decent damage from that incident prior, so Lucas, Vieira, and Streetley are still nose to tail.
Well, look at that time there from Vieira into the 14s. That's faster than what we saw in qualifying. Not a big surprise, of course. You know, the tyres stick with these cars for a long time. Remembering when we were broadcasting the Apex Racing League Radical Championship, the tyres were doing 1-hour races on 1 set of tyres, and it became a little bit of a battle of whether or not to take tyres, because if you took tyres, then you'd be painfully slow for 2 laps whilst they got up to temperature. But there was a slight advantage, but we're talking maybe a couple of tenths a lap after an hour of racing. So in these 25-minute races that we have in this official series, there's pretty much no degradation, and then of course with it being a baseline setup as well, fixed setup in this series, you're just draining the fuel. You run almost full tanks in qualifying. And then by this stage in the race, you have managed to burn off a decent amount. Strictly having to go defensive here could be his best ever results, I think. He's also got a bit of a knack, Strictly, for some excellent profile pictures, and usually quite revealing profile pictures. We love to see that on Apex Racing TV. Unfortunately, he's just got his racing helmet on there this time, which is a bit dull. But well, it seems to be serving him well. He is doing very well up there in the podium place.
Very interesting.
You don't want to see the images, by the way.
Oh, I see.
I mean,
It's not.
I need some eye bleach after.
Woodward is still holding on to the back of Friedrich, and Friedrich looks to be our biggest mover. He's up 9 spots. Doing well.
Yeah, he's done well to keep behind Woodward. Let him go, but to passing Kyriakopoulos back out on track. This is why Kyriakopoulos has such an excellent iRacing. Well, of course, he's also a very quick driver, is Dennis, but the tenacity to fix the car certainly won't be fully fixed. Well, where's car? As super close to second and third, and that was Streetley in the middle of the track trying to defend, and Vieira locking up, trying to evade him. They lost each other lots of time by battling there, but Streetley holding on to that second place with 7 laps to go.
Yeah, you're right about Kyriakopoulos. Never give up. Never give up. You never know what's going to happen. That's why they run the races. Freebies, especially look at this race. The attrition is pretty sad.
Yeah.
How many cars do we have out? Quite a few.
Yeah, we've got 16 still in the lead lap, and then Kyriakopoulos is the only other one still running, so he'll probably still get 17th place out of this one. I wouldn't bet against some more incidents up the road as well. So yeah, he could be in for he'll lose iRacing a little bit. It's not too much, I imagine. Also, just give a shout out to SDK Gaming. SDK Gaming are the providers of our overlay that you see up on screen. It is definitely the best overlay you can get in iRacing. No doubts about that one, as we are seeing Rosebrewer past Streisberg. Excellent pace for Rosebrewer. Moved up as the American into 6th place. Good work at his home event. SDK Gaming with a terrific overlay, terrific live timing, also great heads-up display as well. So do check out sdk-gaming.co.uk to get yourself a 14-day free trial. It is absolutely essential kit for us over at Apex Racing 2. We really couldn't do the broadcasts that we do without it. It is some really useful kit. As Rosebrewer just confirming that place, and he might still have time to catch up to Lee in 5th place. Just got a couple of seconds.
Yeah, last time by, let's see, yeah, Rosebrewer was about almost 2/10 quicker than Lee.
As we see,
but only 5 laps to go,
Castles versus Lee. Lee was looking to kind of drop down. He didn't have a good start, did Lyndon Lee? Got a poor launch and then dropped a couple of places. But, he is looking very quick now, and he's up into 4th position once again. Castles still with a clean car. I think he'll be able to stay in the draft. But yeah, not going to have it easy. So I think you would have been able to see just in the background a couple of camera shots ago. Streetley and Vieira still battling. And Streetley's done mind-bogglingly well to keep behind Vieira. I mean, we've seen defending almost impossible so far tonight, but Streetley has been able to manage it. So far in this race, at least. He's still got to survive a few more laps.
Yeah, Lucas is right on him. He was about 2/10 quicker last lap. Then again, he's got that draft all the way back down this back straight, which is so long.
Always very awkward getting onto the back straight there with that very tight right-hander.
Yes,
very easy to go wide, very tricky to get the power down.
It's a tough corner, yeah, absolutely. And you're so eager to get on throttle as soon as you possibly can, because that's going to gain you all the way down the straight. It's also easy to get wrong.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, can at least in my experience, I always brake too early for it 99 times, and the 100th time brake miles too late and go out onto grass. Always tricky to quite nail that one, but at least when we were riding on board with Vieira, it seemed to hook it up very nicely. Not close enough, at least, to get a move done on Streetly for the time being. Also, quick shout out to the Radical community for trying to raise some funds for next season of this broadcast. So if you've enjoyed this broadcast, and if you're a Radical driver, go over to the forums, the iRacing forums. There is a post by Sean Malloy, and you can donate some money to fund the broadcast for next season. We've been able to, this is our 4th season broadcasting this official series on Apex Racing TV, and it'd be terrific to do it for another 3 months, do it for 2022 Season 1. And yeah, you can contribute to that. Anything that you can donate, if it's $5 Aussie, it would be super appreciated. So do check out the iRacing forums for more details on that. As Whistles losing out to Roseborough. Roseborough absolutely flying along. He's up into 5th place. He could get 4th place out of this.
Yeah, he was in the 14s last time by, and everybody else in the 15s. Lee was about a 15.5, so half a second quicker.
Yeah, I mean, this is almost inevitable, feels like. I mean, you can see how he's gaining around this part of the track, and there is a bit of turbulent air in these cars, so it's not necessarily easy to be within half a second of the car ahead through there, but he's just gaining time visually. Has got an excellent iRating, as Roseborough, the 3rd seed in this very high iRating split. And he's in the job now, and well, this is going to be easy as anything, especially
Yeah,
he's
got
got an absolutely clean car compared to Lee's slightly dented car, and Lee can go one side, he can go the other side. Roseborough will just do the opposite of him and take that 4th position, and this has been some second half to the race. Brandon Roseborough is up into the top 4.
Yeah, up 10 spots from where he started. That's excellent. I don't think he's going to have any time to get to Vieira. There's about 7 seconds up the road, but still, that's quite a charge.
Well, he's run a little bit wide here. Lee putting some pressure on him, and he's had a small mistake, but he very much doing the wise thing. Not easy to go alongside heading into turn 3 round this circuit, but he is staying fairly close, and Roseborough, since getting that check position, able to make a break for it, and he's running a little bit wide as well. A couple of mistakes that we haven't seen in recent laps for him. Still Streetly hanging on to 2nd place. Josh Hammer's in a different league, 6 seconds clear. He doesn't necessarily have a big pace advantage over 2nd and 3rd, I'm sure, but they've been fighting so much that he's been able to cruise away with this one. Just got a lap and a bit to go until he retakes the championship lead as well. Streetly is going to be able to hold on against Vieira, at least this time round. Vieira's going to have one last go at it as we move on to the white flag lap. Also, Friedrich has just got past Menoni, so he's up into 9th place now, is the car number 10.
And Lee is still holding on to Roseborough. Brandon hasn't been able to pull away.
This
Might be
time,
able to get...
Roseborough manages to get it stopped at least for turn 1. They race through the S's for the last time. Lee staying super close. It's odd that, yeah, like I was saying on the previous lap, Roseborough, since he's got track position, hasn't been able to pull away. This is giving Lee an opportunity, but we are going to have to see this 2nd place battle because it's been raging on through the entire event. We know that Cam is going to win, and we'll just focus on this one because Streetly versus Vieira hasn't been able to make the move for the whole race. But this is a great opportunity for him, and he's leaving a car's width on the inside there, Streetly. Vieira has to go around the outside. Will he get the cutback? That's what he's trying to do. Streetly a little bit of opposite lock, and it's going to be a fantastic run for Vieira on the exit. He's trying to get the inside line. Streetly is doing everything he can, though, to defend. Josh Cam wins, and George Streetly makes it a pure motorsports 1-2. What a great evening for them. Vieira rounds out the podium, and Roseborough was able to hold off Lee in the end to get to claim a very satisfying 4th position. Friedrich able to hold off Manoni, Chorley and Woodward chasing hard on those two near the end of the race, but they didn't have enough to catch. And yeah, Manoni hangs on to that 10th position. Some high seeds there, or low seeds more like, finishing in some strong positions just outside the top 10. But well, I'm a little bit disappointed. We saw some fantastic racing out there tonight, Dennis, but it would have been awesome if we had Sights and Cash in there as well, because I think those two versus Cam would have been very close.
I think it definitely would have been a fight for the lead, just like it was last week at Phillip Island, until Josh got tagged in the rear. I think Greg definitely would have been able to give him a run.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky for Greg to bring it back to the end of the season. There are some drop weeks in the championship.
Although talking to Greg last week, because Greg came in for an interview, he really isn't focusing on the Drivers' Championship. He said he wasn't. You know, he says he's been running a lot of races every week and not really focusing on the 4 races a week to maximize the points. So I don't, not really sure. I don't know if he was bluffing or if that's really the way he's playing it this season. But either way, he definitely has got the pace to fight with Josh.
Yeah, still 3 more rounds to go, including trying to see where they are. TR, which one's that? Okay, so we've got Okayama and then Nordschleife. It's the last round. I'll have to check out what the next round of the championship is. But here at Road Atlanta, Josh Cam won, and yeah, dominant start, 6.5 seconds clear of his teammate George Streetley. Then was Lucas Vieira, Brandon Roseborough, Lyndon Lee, Ant Castles, Christian Streetenberger, Danny Lee, who did well considering the damage. He was very lonely though in the end. Look at that, 26 seconds behind. Andreas Friedrich was in 9th. Then it was Filippo Menoni, Mark Chorley, Robert Woodward, Aldous Puterklis, who got spun round right at the start, so he'll be delighted with 13. Quintin Vandura, Gurgly Barros, who was involved in every crash, I think, tonight, but
I think you're right.
somehow. Then it was George Manny in 16th. Dennis Kyrkopoulos, Sean Malloy, those two are 8 and 9 laps down respectively. And the other retirees, and there were lots of them, Nigel Woodward, Anne Medema, Enie Barber, Arturus Kundalis, Chris Cash, and Greg Sights didn't even take the start. The car number 1 former championship leader, he pressed the withdraw button, not the join button when it came
that is such
to
bad
the
luck.
session. I imagine he will not make that mistake again, because yeah, he will be regretting that one. We have got an opportunity to have a chat with the couple of the drivers, and well, I think first up I'll drag up actually Sean Malloy, who joins us in the commentary box, because Sean had a decent race tonight. Well done, Sean, out there. You managed to well, actually, sorry, it wasn't actually that great a race. Well, you went up 5 places from your grid start, so I guess that's some positives. But yeah, how was it out there tonight?
Look, you're very kind, Sam. No, it was. I don't really want to talk about it. I'm too mad. I'm still mad. So I don't want to focus on that. But yeah, look, I binned my second quali lap, so I was starting from dead last. I mean, I was back there with Greg, and but he'd managed to accidentally press the withdrawal button rather than pressing the join session button, so that's why he wasn't in the race. Yeah, look, all I wanted to do was jump on and talk about the donation drive. But you already did that, so thank you very much for that.
Well, it's no problem. Were you listening to the broadcast whilst you were racing?
No, after I got punted, I was listening to the broadcast.
Ah, of course, yeah. Sorry, I keep on reminding you of that. My apologies. I don't want to rub salt into the wound, and I have just remembered the incident that you were involved in, and it was very unlucky actually. And yeah, 'cause you did nothing wrong, but yeah, disappointing what happened behind. But well, I'm sure you can elaborate on what I said, because you heard me say that. They can go to the iRacing forums. Is that the place to go, or should they be joining maybe the Radical Discord? What should people do in order to contribute to their funds?
Yeah, look, obviously the forums, the new iRacing forums, have there's a post there, broadcast funding 2022 S1, posted by me, that has the links to the there's a few different ways to donate. We've had, because of a lot of drivers from all around the world chip in some money. And we used to use PayPal money pools, but PayPal pulled the pin on that, so we had to sort of change the way we would do the donation. So there's a bunch of different bank accounts you can send money to. Don't worry, I'm trustworthy. You can trust me. There's also this product that's based in the UK called Collective, which helps collecting up money from people, which seems pretty good. We ran into some problems in that because I'm Australian, I couldn't actually withdraw the funds. I couldn't get my account verified. So one of the other drivers, and also the driver who's responsible for putting together the schedule, collating everyone's votes, that's John Aldridge. He's running the pool. And so basically, yeah, as you said, any donation is accepted. We're taking sterling now because the collective is obviously UK. So anything, £1, £1, whatever, if you can. There is also, so some people have wondered occasionally why their liveries don't show on the broadcast, and that's for a couple of reasons. Firstly, it's because obviously Apex changed from using trading paints to sourcing the liveries from wherever you get them from, but not trading paints because of issues like tobacco sponsorship and those sorts of things. But because there's that small amount of administrative overhead for me to manage to look at every livery and make sure they're okay before I send them to you guys, you only get your livery shown on the broadcast if you've donated to the race. And that you don't, that's not every, like you could have donated 3 seasons ago, you still get your livery on there. People who donate get their liveries on there for the rest of, for the end of time. But it's kind of like a way of saying thank you to those drivers who've donated.
Awesome, yeah. We do love to see as many liveries as we can out there. So yeah, certainly do. Donate if you can. What are the numbers looking like at the moment, Sean? Because I guess there was a little bit of a rollover as well from last season, but yeah, you got many donations so far.
Yeah, we so there was about I think $70 left over, 70 Australian dollars left over from last season. We're sitting at around £216. And obviously the cost is 400 for the season, so we're over halfway. We've got 4 weeks to go. I know there's a fair few people who are planning to donate, just haven't gotten around to it. So at this stage, it's looking pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. Probably be better off, chatting with the race winner now. But thank you.
Yes, and yeah, thanks for coming to our chat. I mean, is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, just again, you guys, all of the drivers, all of the donators, everyone who makes the races fun. Just thanks, and let's keep it up.
Awesome. Thanks for having a chat with us, Sean, and best of luck
Cheers, guys.
for
Thanks.
the remaining rounds. Sean Malloy there, series organizer and also 18th place finisher tonight. My bad for saying that he had a good race. He did gain places.
He did gain. As always,
but
he's got to look at the positives.
yeah. Even if that positive came from a bad qualifying,
Yeah.
yeah, you gotta look on the bright side of these things. Yeah, we are gonna have a chat with our race winner, Josh Cameron. I'll pass him over to you, Dennis.
Josh Cam, a winner tonight. Looked like it was a pretty easy race for you. Did that? Were you with Greg out? Were you just kind of taking it easy and keeping it in check?
It was a little bit. It's never easy on these tracks. There's so many curbs here that can cause you damage very quickly or spit you off into the rail. So you still have to concentrate like mad. But I was able to just leave a tiny margin, to keep that car that little bit safer. Yeah, just ran a tenth and a half off probably my outright pace today, which I think is the sensible thing you have to do when you're managing a championship fight.
Yeah, it seemed like that, and unfortunately, the guy who is out front and winning easily doesn't always get a lot of airtime. But this has got to be definitely a better feeling than from last week.
Yeah, much cleaner race today. It was great to see George doing so well behind me, despite the fact that he's not raced for ages and he was feeling pretty ropey today. He's got no voice, so he did a great job there to be in the battle to qualify so strongly in this car, which is difficult to qualify in. And yeah, he did a great job. It's good to see him back. And also we had Mark Chorley and Ant Castles back for Pure Motorsport, so plenty of us in the broadcast, which is always great to see.
Yeah, he definitely put up a pretty good defense against Lucas and to bring it home on the second step of the podium. I don't. You have to forgive me. I don't know where we're heading next week.
Let me have a look. I think maybe Motegi.
Is it Motegi? Is that a track you've got any experience with, or?
Not a great deal, honestly. I quite like it the times I have raced there. I don't think I've ever been round in the Radical though, so I need to get plenty of practice in. Yeah, just to keep up this charge, really. I'm trying to give everything to achieve my goal of winning the iRacing official championships with a single account, and run Greg as close as I can in the Friday Night League. So just got to keep putting the work in.
Well, you definitely did it tonight, and I don't know. Maybe Sam might have the points available.
Yeah, I think you're now about 18 points clear. So good.
That's promising. We need to wait and see what happens when the it all plays out with the drop rounds. So I think it's going to be a close run thing all the way to the end.
Well, good luck with the rest of the campaign. Does anybody want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, well, as I mentioned, nice to see Mark and George and Ant coming back for Pure Motorsport. And thanks to Concrete Ocean, who are sponsoring us to this season. Apex, thank you for your broadcast. And I'll be watching back as soon as I've grabbed myself a cup of tea after this race. And yeah, to everyone who tunes in and enjoys these races, lots of people have carried on despite the lockdown being lifted now and real racing carrying on. So thanks, everybody. Back next week.
Well, definitely. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you on track next week.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Was our race winner, Josh Cam then, King, the lead of the championship as well, and yeah, will be a close championship heading into Motegi next week. I didn't give a shout out to Virtual Racing School actually, so I will quickly give them a shout out. Virtual Racing School with over 50 data packs, and that's for a variety of road cars and also oval cars as well. So covering the NASCAR and IndyCar side of things. In those data packs, you got setups, track guides, data analysis software as well, some great telemetry software for you to get faster on iRacing. So do check out virtualracingschool.com to get yourself signed up and faster on iRacing. Certainly is worth doing if you've tried Virtual Racing School out in the past. Next round of the championship, Dennis, is going to be Motegi. Now that one divides opinion a lot, and I'm curious to know what
I
your thoughts on
I
that
actually
track.
like Motegi. It's got a good flow. It's a fast track. It eats tires, and I'm not sure if that's going to be like in this car with the races being so short. I don't think that will be a problem. But it's typical Japanese asphalt that isn't too grippy. So, but yeah, I like Motegi.
Well, I'm glad there is someone out there who does. No, I don't mind it. It's going to be sunsets as well, and anyone who saw the Laguna
interesting.
Seca round earlier on in the season knows that sunset for practice very quickly turns into nighttime. Pretty much 5 minutes into the race, it'll be pitch black very early on in the event. Of course, do have floodlights at Meiteki, so should be some lighting for the drivers. But
Yeah, it's I've raced
yeah,
Motegi at night before. It's not too bad. It's it's not like Suzuka where it just gets completely pitch black because there's no lighting at all. It's not too bad.
Yeah, so do make sure to watch that one next week, same time on Apex Racing TV. Of course, there's loads of other stuff coming up on Apex Racing TV as well in the coming days. Tomorrow we've got the Apex Racing Academy 2.0 Championship, Formula Renault 2.0 Championship, that is. And then we've also got the Formula Renault 3.5 Championship as well, just after. It's awesome that we have those two series almost back to back on a Saturday evening. On Sunday, I think we've got IGP Fun. We might have Spec Racer Ford as well. On Monday, we've got the Apex Racing League MX5s. Tuesday, we've got the very competitive GT3 Trophy. The Apex Racing League GT3 Amateur Trophy. That's the name of the series, which has been good fun so far. We've also got NASCAR next Thursday as well. And of course, this next Friday as well, and a few more rounds to go after that. So do make sure to check that all out, and also check out our social media pages on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We're posting up highlights of our various races, and I'm saying this, I think, on all the broadcasts in the coming future. But do check out the Apex Racing Team YouTube channel, where there is a very exciting video about the new Apex Racing UK facility or house, many elements of Apex Racing.
Yeah,
it's a
very
really cool
exciting.
video,
Yeah.
and it's really revolutionary for sim racing. So do check out the Apex Racing Team YouTube channel to check out that video. But for now, from myself, Sam Fitzpatrick, and from Dennis Branch, we are going to say goodbye, and we'll see you next time out at Motegi for round 10 of the championship. See you then.
Virtual Racing School was developed to provide support to the next generation of sim racers. No matter if you're a rookie or veteran or what car or track you'll be racing, our goal is to provide training every step of the way. We found that iRacing can be quite difficult without proper training. There needed to be a way to prepare for on-track racing. With VRS, you can literally learn from the best sim racers in the world, including 4-time NASCAR iRacing World Champion Real Falla,
is a 4-time champion of the NASCAR Peak Antifreeze iRacing Series.
3-time iRacing Grand Prix World Champion Martin Kroenke,
Martin Kroenke becomes a 3-time world champion.
Rallycross World Champion Mitchell de Jong,
Mitchell de Jong is now champion for the iRacing Rallycross World Championship Series.
and many other top sim racers. Data packs include everything you need to start learning. Our World Championship coaches create the data packs by setting a hot lap or a series of fast laps for you to compare, analyze, and replicate. Data packs also include a tutorial where the coach points out techniques they use to hit the fast lap. This gives you access to the latest driving techniques and setups before you even hit the track. Sign up for a free account and download the VRS telemetry logger. With this application running seamlessly in the background, your laps automatically start syncing to the VRS website. From there, you can analyze and compare 2 laps of your choice, whether it's your data, the coaches, or your teammates. VRS will automatically target improvement opportunities so you can get up to speed even faster. VRS also makes it easy for you to request and schedule one-on-one or group coaching sessions. These sessions can range from 30 to 90 minutes, and you can select the car, track, and setup combination of your choice. Visit virtualracingschool.com today to sign up and get started.